Hi, welcome to our daily encounter. In Jeremiah 50, we see a pronouncement against Babylon. Babylon is going to be destroyed, which would have been a very difficult thing to comprehend at the time that Jeremiah is prophesying about this, because if you think about it, the world had just witnessed the great power of Babylon. And really, ultimately, it was really God's power that enabled Babylon to be successful. But if you're just witnessing the things, you're thinking Babylon is a great and mighty and powerful nation. And I think that it will become destroyed even to the point of becoming like a wilderness, would have just been far beyond your comprehension. But it was going to take place, and history attests to the fact that that did take place. Babylon was ultimately and completely destroyed, showing that God was the one that empowered Babylon, and it was going to be God who would bring down Babylon as well. And it also shows that God vindicates His people, and God always brings justice and redeems His people, which is a comforting thought for us. You know, as we've been talking about judgment, we've been talking about these different judgments against these different nations, and been reading about it. You can maybe get a picture that God is just all in the business of destroying, and destroying. But also, underneath all this, what we can also see is that God is also about building up and redeeming. Because that's what He's going to do when He brings down Babylon. He's going to redeem His people. He's going to vindicate her, going to justify her, and bring her back to dwell in the land again, and to rebuild the temple. And that should be comforting to us. And, you know, as you move forward in the Bible, you get, especially in the book of Revelations, God's enemies, or God's people's enemies, are seen as being Babylon. You have somewhat similar language, or a similar thought with the Babylon in Revelations and the Babylon here spoken about in Jeremiah. And it just shows that even today, even we as Christians, as we come up against various enemies, those who have tried to destroy us, there at the beginning, we had the Jewish nation that was persecuting the church. You had then Rome persecuting the church. And then you could just continue from there. God's people has always had enemies. But as you look through history, you can always see that God has always had, one, a remnant that He has kept reserved for Himself, and two, that He has found a way to redeem His people and to restore His people and to enact vengeance against those who act against His people. And that's a wonderful thing to think about, because sometimes we get into situations where it feels like the enemy is getting the upper hand. Certainly, the remnant of Judah, the time that Babylon was taken over, definitely would have thought that the enemy had the upper hand, especially as they lived out their days in exile in Babylon. They would have thought that. But here Jeremiah is bringing a message that no, yes, maybe right now they have the upper hand because God had to utilize them for His purpose, but even they will be destroyed, and they're going to taste exactly what they had dished out on the other nations. And so we need to take comfort in and also give gratitude to the God that we serve, and be very thankful that we are on His team, that we are on His side. That is our confidence, that we are on the Lord's side, and that we place our trust in Him. Even when things don't seem like they're working out, we still put our trust in Him. We keep walking one foot in front of the other, and just stay close to Him. Through all the trials, all the difficulties, all the storms, everything that we have to endure, we stay close to Him, and we know that He's going to work out what's best ultimately, not only for us, but for His people in general. Well, thank you guys for listening in today. I hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.